Reading from the Parsha, Erev Shabbos Kodesh, Parshas Yisro. This week's Parsha, we find the language that we use daily, probably hundreds of times, or weekly at least hundreds of times. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem, Yisro says, Baruch Hashem asher hitzil eschem, that God saved you. We all know that usually when we see a miracle happening, right away we say Baruch Hashem. Then we are going into details. I mean, just recently the hostages in Yitro of Baruch Hashem released. What was the first reaction? Baruch Hashem, Chazda Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Then you're going into details, how and when. Here we see the opposite. Yisro saw so many nisim. He saw Kriyas Yamsef and Nechemes Amalek. He never said Baruch Hashem. After Moshe Rabbeinu sits down with him and tells him all the details from all the nisim, then he says Baruch Hashem. And it looks to in our eyes that this Baruch Hashem came delayed. Where were you till now? Why didn't you say Baruch Hashem till now? The Heilige Chassam Sofer is asking this question. The Heilige Chassam Sofer is telling us a tremendous and fundamental lesson for our lives. The Gemara tells us in Masechtes Eirechen, Daf Tezvov mit Beis, that a person that goes by days without any yisurim, without any difficulties, is a person that has to be worried. Therefore, Chazal tell us that what is called yisurim, Chazal are trying to make us even little things should be called yisurim, because if a person that doesn't have any yisurim, it's a big problem, because that means that he should be starting to worry about it, something bad is going to happen to him. The Gemara is arguing that what is called Yisurim. One of the Tanoim saying that you're going into the tailor in the suit or the clothing that you're trying to get a nice piece of clothing and it didn't come out the way you want. That's called Yisurim. Other ones say that if you put in the hand in your pocket to take out 2 coins and only came out 1 coin, that's called Yisurim. Regardless. But if you don't have Yisurim, you should be worried about it. Yisro saw all this nisim, the Chassam Sofer tells us. He saw Kriyas Yamsef, Nechemes Amalek, he saw the man. He didn't see any difficulties. And that made him start worrying. Oh, Klal Yisrael they have it way too easy. Who knows what's going to come now? After Moshe Rabbeinu is sitting down with him, Moshe Rabbeinu tells him, Vayisapa Moshe lechoisnoi. Moshe Rabbeinu is telling the story for his father-in-law. It's called all the difficulties that we were going through. Till the Kriyas Yamsef, till the Nechemes Amalek, till the man. Then Yisro said, Baruch Hashem. Because Yisro realized, I know, I only saw nisim, but I did not see the difficulties. And therefore, now I know I'm not to be worried about. In the Meitz Hashem, they're going to have only good things to happen. That's one of the reasons why Yisro sent away his father-in-law before Kabbalah Torah. I said him away. Why? Why didn't he invite him for Kabbalah Torah? And that's the reason. Because Moshe Rabbeinu is telling his Shver, Eskolat Lo. You cannot be coming to the Ma'amad Sinai and be koine the Torah without any difficulties. In our private life, we have so many difficulties. Remember, then to say, Baruch Hashem. Because when everything goes smooth, exactly the way we want, the way we think we deserve, then it's a problem. Hashem Yisborach gives us difficulties to know that we grow from it. Nisim happens from it, and you can become closer to Hashem with difficulties. So let's all remember, in every situation, Baruch Hashem, a good Shabbos.